Well, it's nearly midday on the 7th of July. Lovely, beautiful summer's day again. And I am off now on my travels, well, my sort of like scootering trip around eastern London. My scooter is a push scooter. Anyway, what I'm going to do is scooter from here up to Petticoat Lane Market for some food, for some street food. And then from there, just along about another mile or so to a pub. Now I'm going to 5 different pubs. Anyway, I'm going to take you along and show you a little bit, especially from outside. I don't like filming inside pubs. If I can, I will. If I can't, if it's too busy, I won't. So I'll definitely film a bit outside. So then it was over Tower Bridge and then up to Petticoat Lane for some fabulous street food, and then over to the King's Arms. Then right the way down the Isle of Dogs to the Ferry House pub, just there, through the tunnel to the Dog and Bell, and up to the Angel and the Old Justice. Ended up out of plan in a pub called the Hand and Marigold Free House for another half. Over the bridge to Petticoat Lane Market for some street food. Don't know what I'm going to have yet. I'm going to wait and see when I get there, see what takes my fancy. So let's go and have a look what they got. Something about big cities, isn't there? London in particular. Get up here, especially on a sunny day like this. Lots of people, and what a buzz. What a buzz. Unfortunately, I've come possibly at the wrong time. The busiest time of the day. It is proper lunchtime now, and there's quite some queues. So I've decided to go for the Ethiopian, vegetarian, nice and healthy, tasty, looks delicious, and £7. So here we go. Well, there's massive queues, and there's some stalls with no queues. I went for the no queue one because I hate queuing. But obviously the ones where you do queue are probably brilliant. I don't know. Maybe it's just the type of food that people want. But I'm going for a healthy Ethiopian. Just got to find somewhere in the shade, probably stand up and eat it, but there's no seats around. I don't mind. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a recap on the prices I'm spending up London today. So far, £7 for that food. And before that was the train ticket return from Tottenham Corner, which is near Epsom, into London Bridge, return, and I buggered up. I came home slightly later than planned, and it was a cheaper train. So if I'd have done it correctly from the start, I would have paid about £11 for the train instead of 16. So the whole lot would have cost me about £50. £56.71 is a total of what I've spent on coffee and cake, nice meal, transport, and 4.5 pints. Which is, I'm sure you'll all agree, not a bad price for a day out in London at all, this day and age. Good stuff. Don't want to sit in the sun anymore, it's getting a bit too hot. East and Ball, House of Turkish Barbering. Well, that's a good job I've eaten, because now I'm in Brick Lane, and it'd have to be Bangladesh, wouldn't it? Or Indian, whatever you want to call it. So, coffee and chocolate muffin coming up for, I think it was £5.70, so that's not bad at all, is it, for London? Brick Lane here, little coffee shop. Right, £26, that's what I spent so far today, and that's getting up here. Well, that's what it would have been if I'd got the right ticket, because I'm not the full ticket. But anyway, that aside, Yeah, so what did we say? £26. Train, food, no meat in that, all vegetarian, but it was lovely. It's Ethiopian, and not everyone's cup of tea, but I like it. And a muffin and coffee. 26 quid so far. I'm going to have a few beers in 5 different pubs.
So your can?
Yeah.
Again, not bad prices for London. Very Camden-esque, this area of Brick Lane, I find. So this part of Brick Lane seems more kind of like Jewish, Eastern Mediterranean, than Bangladeshi further south down the road. So this is near the top end now, the northern end, and from here I turn right from up here, and then it's about a quarter of a mile to the first pub. Now this is such a great name for a coffee shop. There is another one in this part of London somewhere that I've been to, south of the Thames, but I just love the name. By the way, if you want to know where this is, it's on the Bethnal Green Road. Now, if that bottom bit said all lives matter, I'd be a little bit more sympathetic with it. In fact, I'd be a lot more sympathetic with it. But it specifies on one particular demographic, which I just think it's unfair, don't you? Anyway, let's not get controversial. All lives matter, for God's sake. Okay, so on down the back street here of Buckfast Street, you have this lovely pub called the King's Arms, and I'm going to have a beer here. First beer of 5 pubs. Here it is. Never been here before. The King's Arms. Lovely on the outside. Apparently really good choice of German beers. Let's see what it's like on the inside. So here it is. I'll tell you what, nice and air conditioned in here. Hello there.
Hello.
Good, thank you. Oh, I see you've got the Augustina
Yes. Yeah.
on draft. Fabulous. And a very eclectic array of craft beers. 2 Flints, look, Windsor, near to me. Beamish Stout, wow. It's one of those places that's too much choice.
Yeah.
Let's just take a look around. Why, there's nobody here apart from one lady. Here we go. Look, lovely, lovely place, I must admit. Now, a mate of mine told me about this pub, and took a look online, and I had to check it out, and so far I'm glad I did. Look at that, a blackboard. I love a blackboard in a bar. Oh, and a fridge full of mostly German looking beers by the looks of it. And a central bar here. Fabulous. About halfway now from that fabulous pub to the next fabulous pub, down the bottom of the Isle of Dogs, which is beyond this building, another couple of miles or so. And in the meantime, just taking a breather. Temperature's rising, and I'm opposite this place called Bread Street Kitchen and Bar, Gordon Ramsay. Now, if it's got a Gordon Ramsay name to it, then it ain't my cup of tea whatsoever. Can't stand the bloke. Anyway, take a look at that canal. don't know if I mentioned it, but today's scooter incorporates approximately 11 miles circular trip. Nearly there, nearly there. There it is, pub number 2, the Ferry House, which geographically is opposite the Cutty Sark even, which you probably can't make it out unless you're on a big TV. It's beyond the tunnel exit stroke entrance dome thing there. So yeah, I'm going under that tunnel, or through the tunnel, under that river, the Thames obviously, after a well-deserved cold one at the Ferry House. Let's go. My personal true definition of a backstreet boozer. Now I'm going south side, underneath the Thames, here at the foot tunnel entrance, opposite Greenwich. Oh, it's lovely and cool down here. It's like air conditioning. Fortunately, it does smell a little bit like the Tramp's sleeping bag. Well, the lift is working on this side as well, but I've chosen the exercise route as I'm only scootering 11 miles today. Let's get my steps in. And here we are at the Cutty Sark even. Why am I getting? Well, I've only had 2 pints for God's sake. I'm calling it the Sutty Cark. Oh dear. Just a little perspective of my circular scooter ride over 11 miles. So I started at London Bridge Station by the Shard, about where my finger is, then to the north, looped round. That last pump was over here, and now Greenwich, and then back to the Shard or London Bridge via another 4 lovely drinking establishments. So just a few feet from the next pub, you have this Twinkle Park and Charlotte Turner Gardens and a lovely little pond. It's like a mini bit of countryside in suburbia. Actually, I have heard that London has got either the most or one of the most amount of parks in the size of its area out of any other massive city in the world. So good on you, London, for having all this lovely greenery and public parks everywhere around town. So here it is, the 3rd pub on the list today, the Dog and Bell. And it's as lovely on the inside as it is on the out. Second time here at the Dog and Bell, and 2 out of 2 times been a right pleasure. It's air conditioned in there, by the way, and it's absolutely lovely. great girl behind the bar and a good selection of beers, not excessively expensive for London. Well worth a trip here. Oh, I love it when London feels like a tropical city with this sort of temperature above 30. I love it. Riding around in sandals, bare feet basically, and a t-shirt, not the slightest chance of feeling cold. Love it. Only happens about a few days every 2 or 3 months of a year, doesn't it? And then the opposite, you come around London when it's really, really cold and you're just looking forward, on a pub crawl like this, you're looking forward to a cosy, warm pub. So I'm now outside a pub called The Angel, and it's a beautiful location, and it's a Samuel Smith's pub. I think you're allowed phones in this one because it's exempt from the general kind of Samuel Smith's rules of no phones, which I love the idea of. No tellies, no phones, nothing like that. I love the idea of, but it doesn't work for me, unfortunately. I'd like it to, but it doesn't. But I think it's exempt. I think London generally is exempt from that Samuel Smith's kind of ruling. There you go, The Angel. I'll tell you what, all these pubs are cooler inside than they are outside. This is what, my 3rd pub or my 4th pub by now. Anyway, I'm just having half a pint of their stout on draft, and it's £3.60, I think, about 3.5 quid roughly. And you are allowed in this Sam Smith here in London, The Angel, you are allowed to be on your phones, which is, so it's not a nationwide ruling that at Sam Smith's pubs you cannot use your phones. I got stung the other week in Redcar when I got my phone out. And, no, you're not allowed, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, fair enough, rules are rules. And but here it's fine. So just upstream, just a few yards from The Angel, down there, is that magnificent community pub called The Old Justice. Been here a couple of times now. It's just down there.
It might be hot, so you might.
The Gregorian Arms. That looks a nice place, doesn't it? I'm not going in there, because I made plans, but maybe next time. Right, one last place before I go home back to Barb's from London Bridge Station. What a great afternoon and evening it's been so far. We're not that far now from London Bridge Station, but what a lovely leafy street it is. And a nice park. Right, I'll sum it up now. The Hand and Marigold, opposite here. That's my last pub of today. It's actually the 6th. Yes, I've had 5 drinks, mostly being half pints, so not had that much. But yeah, I'm going to check this out from recommendation from the guy behind the bar at the first pub this afternoon. Okay, just soaking up this beautiful London evening, tropical night atmosphere. It must be well over 25 degrees still, and it's about, I don't know, about 7:30. There we go. London Bridge Station, almost there, on the way home to Barb's, and I've had a fabulous day. 6 brilliant pubs, Absolute wonderful atmosphere. Love it. See you in the next one. Bye bye.